Hello and welcome to everyone to the Magickal Witchy TV. I am Star Ravenhawk.
And I am Rhonda Allen. Welcome back. Happy Friday, everyone. I apologize, first of all, for the roughness of my voice, but we have someone here who's going to really fill the airwaves.
Yes.
Our special guest.
Yeah. Now on with the show.
It's a magical, witchy world. It's a magical, witchy world.
Awesome.
Hey, welcome, Brian Henke.
Hi, Brian. Welcome to the show tonight.
Hi.
So happy to have you here.
It is so nice to be.
Thanks.
You.
We are excited to have you back, or to have you with us tonight. We were chit-chatting before, so that's
yeah.
But as we like to do with every guest, we like to introduce you to everyone watching live or on playback, and introduce you first by going through your bio. So I'm going to go through your bio tonight. Brian Henke is the International Pagan Music Awards Best Male Artist winner of 2019, 2020, and again in 2024. Brian Henke composes and performs his music like a painter putting images on canvas, a kind of sonic shaman drawing his inspiration from the world around him. His unique guitar style has been called everything from folk to new age to neoclassical to pastoral, or as Brian likes to call it, a big stew pot of everything stirred up, simmered, and served to taste. Brian has just released his latest vocal CD, There Beneath the Stars. 2 more vocal albums and 1 instrumental are written and partially recorded. He's also released 7 instrumental solo guitar and harp guitar albums, 2 celebrated compilation albums. The Woodchopper's Ball, which benefits the Cleveland, Ohio area homeless, and the Green Album, which is still benefiting the Rainforest Trust. 1 group CD and 3 previous vocal albums, and is working on a musical play with writer and playwright Byron Ballard called Forevermore. Love Byron. He's also a part of the compilation CD to benefit women's reproductive rights featuring 19 pagan artists called The Red Album. The 19 artists include S.J. Tucker, Mama Gina Lamont, Celia Ferran, Alexian, Spiral Rhythm, Crow Woman, and many, many others. Throughout all of his music is an undercurrent of spirituality and mysticism that Brian says is very much a part of his creative process. Because of this, he has received radio airplay all over the world on shows as varied as WKSU's Folk Alley, International Pagan Radio, and John Dilberto's Echoes. A winner of many acoustic and electronic guitar awards, he has also been a finalist in the prestigious National Fingerstyle Contest in Winfield, Kansas, the National Guitar Megadon, I love that, regional finals in Boston, and in New Age Reporter's Top 10 of 2006 and 2010. Brian's fretwork is masterful, elaborate, and he makes every note count. His compositions are harmonious, sometimes complicated, but always engaging. Brian Henke's music is organic, mesmerizing, and best of all, magic. And that's from R.J. Lannon, New Age Reporter. Dance with the Fireflies, the album is fey magical throughout its 12 tracks, and it's easy to discern Henke's most prominent spellcasting tool, his stunning virtuosity on acoustic guitar, harp guitar, and his Gibson Les Paul. Henke is an awe-inspiring picker whose genre is known as fingerstyle guitar, and he's in the same league with such giants as Alex DeGrassi, Will Ackerman, Leo Cote. I can't pronounce his last name. Kopke.
Yeah, that's fine.
And those guys. And that's a quote from Rick DeYempert from Wild Hunt. So we want to thank you again. And I am just going to say, as somebody who was an aspiring guitarist at one point in my life, not a guitarist. My partner's a guitarist. He doesn't call himself a guitarist either, but I love having the acoustic. I love the acoustic sound. And I am curious, this harp guitar,
That's
that
awesome.
sound has to be amazing. So thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thanks
And
so much for
looking
inviting
forward to this. Yeah. We've been looking forward to this conversation with you. Oh, and what part of the country are you in right now?
Northeast Ohio, near Cleveland, literally two
There you
blocks
go.
from
There
Lake
you
Erie.
go. Awesome.
Yes.
And so let's kind of get a little bit more about who you are and how do you refer to yourself in terms of, because you cover so many different branches. So we'd love to kind of get a slight idea of how to refer to you. How do you prefer us to refer to you?
Well, when people ask me, how I want to be, addressed, I say Brian works.
Brian is good.
Brian is
Okay.
good.
The musician,
don't-
the pagan, the
musician,
witch.
yeah, the bard, the whatever.
Okay, there you go.
The
Yeah,
bar.
I'm, I, I, yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for such a long time. It's what I always wanted to do. Ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to be a
Awesome.
music or a scientist. I thought I might like to be a scientist too, but science actually had to study in school,
Love
so
that.
musician definitely fits me perfectly.
Okay,
And then there's a
sounds
whole
good,
physics
sounds
of
good.
sound and kind of stuff too. So
It's
yeah,
connected. It's all connected.
no matter, I love writing music. Music is the writing music is the easiest part of. I've never had
Oh,
writer's
wow.
block. It just anytime I write, I just sit down and do it. And the problem I have is I write faster than I can keep up with myself.
Wow.
Because I have to
That's
learn
usually
this stuff
too much.
to get it recorded, and then I've written so much and I recorded so much, I can't remember it all.
That
I've actually
Understandably.
instances, where somebody said, "Hey," I remember somebody saying to me, "Brian, I'm in here named Willow. Could you play that song of yours called Willow?" And I said, "I never wrote a song called Willow." I said, "Yes, you did." I said, "No, I didn't." She said, "Yes, you did." And I said, "You're delusional."
oh my
And she
god.
said, "No, you did it." And pulls up her phone to Spotify or whatever, and pulls up the song Willow. And I'm like, "Oh, I love that song. I forgot all about it."
I
So
love
there
And I've
that.
heard my instrumental stuff before, off in a distance, and thought, "Wow, this guy's really good. He's better."
That is awesome.
Once I realize it's me, it all changes in my head. So
See, there you go.
no, I writing is the easy part, because that's just a lot, being open for it to all come
Yeah.
like magic,
Yeah.
And
you know.
funny you should say that. Funny you should say that about the
Yeah,
magic.
it's the same exact thing. Yeah, I mean, a song, is a magic spell,
Yeah.
very powerful magic spell. You can do a lot of different things with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So
Get into people's hearts and their minds.
and as you're taking us into this world now of the creation process. And I'm curious to know not just about, okay, so your songwriting process, but take us back a little bit to when you first started realizing that this was part of who you are, the bard, and this and that you were putting either pen to paper or your fingers are already beginning to pick at strings, or what was it that got you into the understanding that this is who you are?
Well, I was about 13, and I had my first guitar. I mean, it's what I always had wanted. I always wanted to have a guitar. I always wanted to play music, and I got my first guitar. And I was on my grandparents' farm in Highland, Illinois. Just listened to the Moody Blues' "Threshold of a Dream"
Wow.
through speakers that my grandpa had put into his flower boxes. Yeah, I mean,
OMG.
totally whack. And and I'm out walking on this country guitar, and I walked maybe a couple miles, and I went back into this pasture. The neighbors' farmers had a pasture, and it was misty and it was dark, and I could feel something off in the mist, kind of following along and watching me. And I went back and got on the road, and I'm playing my guitar, just kind of strumming. All of a sudden, I caught a groove. And I started making up something, and it sounded really good to me. And I got chills running up my spine, top of my head just buzzed like crazy. The crown chakra just went woo.
Wow.
That was my
Yes.
sign. That was my sign that all right, this is it. This is the magic. And every now and then that still will happen. I'll get that head buzzing kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I figure I must be kind of an open channel for
Right.
that to come through.
That's awesome.
You know.
That's awesome.
I mean, I tell people all the time, 90% of talent is desire,
Right.
and I
That's
really have always wanted to do this.
Yeah.
And the other 10% is just are your hand. I mean, Django Reinhardt only had 2.5 fingers, and he played amazing jazz guitar.
There you go.
I met a guy named the Big Toe in San Diego. No
Oh
arms,
my God. I
played with
love
his
it.
toes, and played like Eddie Van Halen.
No.
I mean,
Wow. There's so many talented
physical
people in this world.
ability.
It's amazing.
Yeah, physical ability is just part of it. The main thing is the desire and to do it. To
Right.
express what is coming through you. And I got that a lot.
Right.
I got a whole lot of desire to want to make music.
Yeah. That actually kind of made me wanted to ask you when you have you ever collaborated with anyone and coming together, and what was that experience like for you?
Oh yeah, I played in bands for years and years, collaborated with a lot of different music. Even as a solo musician now, I will collaborate with people, from all over.
Right.
Ginger Doss or Linda Millard have been on my albums. I even had Dave the Bard sent me some tracks for some of my stuff. Spiral Dance from Australia, because these
Right.
days we have these things called wave files and stems, and we can email them anywhere. People can record on top of that and then add it too. So I work with some incredible musicians. Mama Gina has been on a few things. I mean, I could go on and on and on with it. Different people that I've worked with and just jammed with, just for fun.
That is that's the fabulous part of it. And I was going when you were saying the collaboration and being able to do so from across distances with the files now.
Yeah,
That is
and when I'm at a
huge.
festival and somebody else is there, I mean, I played with Wendy Rule a bunch of times, and S.J. Tucker, and
She's awesome. Yeah.
Ginger Dawson, Linda Millard, Twithadea. I was actually
Yeah.
at one
We've
point in
had
time
to
considering
on the show. Yeah.
I was considering being a part-time electric guitar player for him. I went down.
Nice. Yeah, that's an
with them for
awesome
all
group.
the
That's an
time.
awesome group.
Yeah, they are a beta, and then I realized that it was just going to be too much for me to do that and do everything else I want to do. See, I want to do everything that pops into my head, and I only have 2 hands, 2 arms, and one very squirrely brain that wants to do it all.
And that is prolific in your writing, clearly. So you mentioned this a little bit when you were describing, like, the chakra opening and your writing process and how things just kind of flow many times.
Mhm.
Tell us a bit about how now your spiritual practice, your magical practice, what have you, how does that fit in with your music, and how do you blend the two? Do they
Oh yeah,
do you,
it's one and the
yeah,
same.
tell us more. Tell us
Yeah,
more.
I mean, it's one and the same. I mean, my music is how I express the divine, whatever the
Excellent.
divine may be. It's how I express it. And everything that I write, both the instrumental stuff and all the different kinds of vocal stuff, I write. I write a lot of stuff that's very magical, unicornish,
Mhm, mhm.
and other stuff more, down to earth. And, I love telling stories, being about people, like a short story.
Yes.
I have a song called Raise a Glass for the Kid about a world war, you know,
Uh-huh.
uh, and I don't always play these everywhere I go. It depends on what kind of, and I play more than just pagan and magical events too. I
Right.
also
Right.
do what you would call the mundane world. Matter of
Mm-hmm.
fact, I'm in Woodstock, New York, coming up at the end of August for the Fingerstyle Guitar Festival.
Nice.
Wow.
At a
Wow.
Nice. That's awesome.
there, and that's just a bunch of really good guitar players and a
Right.
lot of good friends of mine. So that's a whole other thing too.
Right.
Because I was doing this music, long before I ever went to my first fest,
Right. Right.
Yes.
which was Starwood
Yeah.
back in 2005 or six, something like that.
Wow. Yeah.
I remember you said that you pretty much love writing, is just writing the songs just comes to you. So
Oh
what
yeah.
would some of your inspiration for the writing of your songs, and in maybe that's why it kind of comes off so easily for you.
It depends. I wrote one. I was staying in a haunted house, a mansion in Kansas City,
Ooh.
Missouri,
Uh-huh.
and I wrote a song about a haunted house in 45 minutes. And
Wow.
Wow.
played it at
So
Aquarius Books the
that's
very
why
next night with
just came
Mama
across.
Gina Lamont holding up the lyrics for me because I didn't have a music stand, so I could sing it because I hadn't really had it
That
learned yet.
Improvise.
that is
Some things,
incredible.
I'll work on it all day before it's done, and some things
Right.
take even longer, and it just really depends. There's the inspiration's always there. There's always a story that wants to be told. There's
Yeah.
always words that want to
Absolutely.
be spoken or sung. Um, it's pretty well infinite, and I don't I don't try to put limits on myself. Being able to be open to everyone around me. We talk
Yeah.
about the magical world, but the magical world is everywhere.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're not words.
Right. Exactly. Yes. We're not at Hogwarts.
No,
It's everywhere, always.
it's everywhere.
Mhm.
So,
You see a baby smile, and there is the face of the god and the goddess right
Yeah.
there.
Absolutely.
precisely.
And magic
So
is
Yeah.
well
everywhere.
said. So when you talk about like you said, you've been doing this work long before you attended or performed at some of these larger events. But tell us about an event that was particularly important or moving for you. What was the highlight of one of these events that you've attended and participated at? Because you've been at this for a little while, you said.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
long have you
there's
been at this, Brian?
I, I will have been playing guitar. What is it 58 years next month?
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Congratulations. Love
yeah.
And
this.
I I'm I'm self-taught, although I've watched all the other guitar players and all the other musicians to this day.
Hmm.
I tell people that to become a better musician, the most important thing is the ability to listen.
Mm.
Right.
And the better you can listen, you listen to your muse, listen to the magic, listen to, wherever your gods and goddesses are listening. If you listen, they'll come through.
Mm.
And if you listen to what
Absolutely.
other musicians are doing, you can learn so much from them.
Mm.
Right. Absolutely.
Um, I was
That's
watching a thing
amazing.
earlier on this guy was leading an orchestra and had them gave all of them different notes and different things going through it, and they wound up with this incredible song with the audience singing and everything at the end. And I was like, that's magic.
Yeah.
That,
I don't
Absolutely.
yeah,
think the word magic was spoken. That's magic.
that is magic. I absolutely agree. That
So
is magic.
I would love to hear if you've had any new releases recently that you can mention to us here.
Well, I can tell you this in my bio. When that was written, I was about to release There Beneath the Stars.
Oh, okay.
And what I decided instead is I'm not releasing that as it is. I'm going to be releasing 2 double albums with a total of 48
Wow.
songs between the two,
Wow.
because I was like, I can't release this with all this music here. And I know that, marketing wise, these days people go on TikTok and they do different videos for the same song over and over and over again.
Yes.
I'm doing exactly the opposite because I have too many songs and I want them all to be heard.
Right.
know.
Right. It's amazing.
Um,
I am excited for the plethora. When do you, just to follow up, when is that expected to be released, or do you have an idea?
I'm thinking realistically the fall, because I'll be touring, in the summer months.
Right. Right.
Already looking like it's going to be pretty crazy. I'm booked at Florida Pagan Gathering on May 1st to play. I'm
Wow.
booked there for the week.
Right.
Yeah. And then I can't remember the name of it. I just booked in Columbus, Georgia, anyway, on May 2nd.
Oh,
So I'm going to be driving back.
gee.
Yeah. You're gonna be like
And
rushing
that's
back
not that
and forth
unusual
over.
for me. I played Autumn Fires 2 years in a row, and then drove on Saturday. Had to get up really and drive to Indianapolis for the Indianapolis Scottish Highland Games.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot.
So I tell
Yes.
people it is a lot, but it beats working for a living.
This is true. When you do your passion,
Wow,
that's like
that's
it's like
good.
you're not really working because it's your passion.
Yeah.
It's everything that you are. So that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the music gives me a lot of energy. And all the people I meet. I meet so many amazing, beautiful people everywhere
Right.
I
Right.
go.
So let me
And I,
ask you, you were mentioning, I'm sorry?
go ahead. I said,
Oh, I was just going to say, you started to mention some of the events that you have coming up. What events are coming up next? It's just February. So what's the first event you
yeah.
have coming up? Is it the May 1st?
No, the very first event is tomorrow night, but it's in town.
What?
I'm playing Valentine's Day and doing this for about 10 years
Oh,
at an incredible bookstore on the edge of Cleveland and Shaker Heights, Ohio, called Loganberry Books. And it's an intimate concert. There's chocolate, free chocolate on all the tables, and little fake candles, because it is a bookstore. They're fake
yes.
candles. And there's free wine and cheese and crackers, and it's free admission. And it gets packed, and
Oh,
and the acoustics. I'm surrounded by books,
yes.
floor
That's
ceiling
really
books
good.
all around me.
Oh,
And they got
love
this
it.
beautiful carpet, and I sit there and I play for everyone, and it's just wonderful.
Right.
So
Right.
I'll be there tomorrow night, and then I think the first thing I've got after that, I'm playing a unit church in Athens, Ohio, doing a concert, and then doing, I guess, playing on Sunday. Not sure the exact details on that. That's in April, and then I go to Florida and then Georgia, possibly Tennessee.
Wow.
Possibly I may do something in It depends on how much time I have,
Yes.
around, traveling back and forth for
Right.
those
Right.
things.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then after the June, I've got not Autumn Fires, Wisteria Solstice, and Wisteria is
Okay.
where they hold Starwood, and then I've
Nice.
got Starwood. I will most likely be doing Sirius Rising at Brushwood right after, immediately
Wow.
following Starwood.
Right.
Wow.
I've been doing that every year for quite a while, and I don't know yet whether I'm being booked. I'm just
Right.
crossing my fingers. I love playing there. And after that,
Mm.
Free Spirit Gathering in Darlington, Maryland, which
Busy.
is
Busy.
very
Busy.
cool festival. Not bad.
Yes.
Um,
Not very far, no.
and at the end of the month
See
of
now
Woodstock,
that I like. I
yeah,
like
the
all of
Woodstock
the different places.
guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And Woodstock
so
is in August, right?
and-
You're doing
Hmm?
Woodstock in August, you said?
end of August. Yeah.
End of
Um,
August.
and
Well, I
September, I'll be
know.
going out to Kansas for the Walnut Valley Fest,
Uh-huh.
which is a gigantic bluegrass fest with over 20,000 people.
Wow.
Playing all gigs and little fill-in things all around that. and of course I don't have them all in my head. And then
You're
October
doing pretty
Autumn
good.
Fires at
Yeah.
Wisteria.
You-
Well, the Autumn Fires at Wisteria. I will most likely do the Scottish Highland Games in Indianapolis, so I haven't
Wow.
been confirmed for that. And then in November, I've got the wall benefit for the Northeast Ohio Coalition for the Homeless. That's
Mm.
one of the ones I put together myself. And this will be our 25th doing it. And I bring in
Wow.
virtual, so
Very, very
Congratulations.
good.
from all
Very,
over the
very
world.
good.
And we have a blast, and then we raise money for the homeless. And
That's
after that,
awesome.
things will slow down for the winter. And and who knows what else
Slow down, he said.
Maybe.
here. You know,
Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly speaking, we would love to have Brian at Witches Fest in July, but we're not sure yet because we're trying to figure out our budget.
Yes.
Because we
Yes.
love to have him with us and stuff like that. But we try our best. We do
have a bake
bit.
sale.
Have a bake sale. Have a bake
Well,
sale.
hey people, if you guys would like to help sponsor Brian, let us know because
Yes.
we do. Our event is a charity event, so the city kind of has us doing certain things. So a lot
Right.
of our monies kind of go towards the charities. So anybody that's like a band or something like that, if you guys can help, we would love the input and the help because we would love to try to afford to have Brian join us in July.
I'm very willing to be sponsored.
So we're pushing this out to be manifested.
Exactly.
Yeah. So where
I would love to do that.
Yeah, right. So where can people find you and how can they purchase your music?
You can purchase my music at this time anywhere I am, or by emailing me or Reverb Nation. I'm on ReverbNation.com. That's a place you can go and listen to my music for free, and most of the stuff you can download for free off of that too. And then I've got two Facebook sites. One of them is Brian G. Henke. That's my musician site. And that I wouldn't recommend going there. Be added as a friend because they max it out at 5,000.
Yeah,
whereas I only got about 3,000. I got room. That's when Star is on. Yeah, and that's just Facebook.com Brian Henke.
Right.
And what the actual numbers are and the codes, I don't have that memorized. I'm not. It doesn't take the FBI to find me, and hopefully they're not looking for me either.
Yeah. I've been lucky recently. I don't have as many 5,000 anymore, as much since this new administration has been coming in. So I've been good. I don't mind losing some people because I'm not with that thing crowd. So whatever that crowd is, it has created lots of open room from the 5,000 I had before.
That's
so
fine.
I'm okay with that. Yes.
Right.
So
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I want to thank you for making the time to be with us. We appreciate you making the time to join us tonight. I have to find again. Best place to find you is on Reverb Nation.
Yes.
Or Facebook
Reverb
at
Nation.
Brian Henke on Facebook.
Yeah, if you go to Facebook right now, I've been adding a love song a day leading up to Valentine's Day. So you can go on right there and go straight to Reverb Nation.
Awesome.
That is perfect.
So everyone check out Brian Henke either on Facebook or Reverb Nation. And we want to thank him for being with us tonight. And again, he is up for sponsorship for Witches Fest, July 11. So if you guys can help, let us know. All right?
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Brian. Have a fabulous show tomorrow night.
Guys, this is great.
Fabulous.
It's nice meeting you both in person.
I know,
yes,
right? Yes.
And now we want to introduce you guys to two of our new shows coming up here on Magickal Witchy World TV.
All right, so we are back,
Yay, we
and
are back.
we've been kind of doing things jumping ahead with the seasons this year already. We did January, what was it? January, February, a bit of it. So last week we completed your Aquarius season horoscope 2026 for all the signs for January through February.
Hmm.
So, and the season comes to a close with a potent ring of fire solar eclipse, the first eclipse of 2026, which is arriving on February 17th at 4:01 a.m. PST in the sign of Aquarius. And this eclipse feels like like a major celestial inauguration because the radical shifts you've been intuitively preparing all season arrives, allowing you to flow into a new beginning, a new relationship, and even a new paradigm altogether, which is amazing. So now we are going into your horoscope for the Pisces season, February to March 2026. So Pisces season arriving between what right after the eclipse on the 17th. So it comes in at February 18th and March 19th is the one of the most potent solar seasons of 2026. So that's going to combine there. The influence of the fish is always transitional, helping us wrap up the astrological year to begin a new one. The unique ability Pisces offers us to adapt and shift is most welcomed now as we experience the first eclipse season of 2026 overlapping with the first 2026 retrograde of Mercury um, this month. So the month season ahead has in store major shifts and changes, but it also offers healing as we welcome profound realizations about what's beginning in our lives, not only now, but for years to come. So a lot of this is
Mhm.
going to play out for a long time to come, okay? The retrograde of Mercury happening in Pisces between February 25th and March 20th is central to this season's celestial alignments. Those 3 weeks truly would ask you to slow down so we can truly perceive great changes in energy that is going to be taking place all around us. It is going to be transformational, chaotic, and oh so much. So
Mm.
be aware and try to not be reactional, but be conscious of what you are doing. We're not only being asked to communicate from the heart, but we're being asked to turn off the outside noise to allow yourself to allow perception to pick up on the subtle energies that are all good, that's going to all be around us. Okay. So it's
Mhm.
asking you to take that step back and just let it be. Okay.
Right on. So, at its core, this retrograde of Mercury is about rethinking the boundaries within important relationships. Certain themes from the past, most specifically from the past 2.5 years, may return to be processed. There's also a rare Saturn Neptune conjunction, which will occur on February 20th. Venus reinvigorates it on March 7th, signaling emerging themes. Happening in Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, it heralds an energy of initiation that no one alive has experienced before. No one alive has experienced before. Giving yourself time to truly feel the full spectrum of emotions that will arise can bring not only healing but spiritual awakenings, especially around March 8th when Mercury forms a supportive trine with Jupiter. But the biggest news this season is the March 3rd full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, highlighting endings and themes of letting go. This celestial event is part of a bigger story, linking back to March 13th and September 2025. Since this eclipse will occur in the most sensitive axis of the zodiac, the Virgo Pisces axis, purposefully aligning mind with body and spirit is the vehicle to feel grounded and download messages from above. Some of us may begin catching glimpses of the new stories that are about to show up in our lives. Since Venus rules money and relationships, it's possible that new alliances and business, as well as personal relationships, could begin just days later at the March 18th new moon. This new moon officially puts an end to eclipse season Hey, while retrograde Mercury is aligned with the lunar north node of destiny and asteroid Vesta, making it ideal for setting intentions around spiritual work, soul purpose, and any projects that require devotion.
Mm.
Mm.
Now, on to the Pisces season for 2026 and what it means for you individually in your signs, viewing from your rising sign as well as your sun sign for all of the zodiac signs. Okay. And we'll begin with, I think we're going to tonight be doing Aries to Cancer. Okay. So, Aries, this Pisces season allows you to go within. This is the time of the year during which you may always feel in need of more rest. I'm telling you, I believe that because I am so in need of rest. But, anyways, but this year you'll feel this more pronounced due to the retrograde of Mercury, which is set to bring some major realizations and awakenings. Let's see what will transpire for you around February 20th. So look out for it and pull out your journal and write thoughts down and what comes up. See what comes up for you naturally. Between February 25th and March 20th, you will also go into a period of transitioning from the old to the new. So give yourself time to adjust. And that's the time that's going to be really key for you, learning how to adjust. Since this season, March 3rd, powerful eclipse falls in your daily work sector, you may be planting the seeds of a project or new business, but with Mars swimming in Pisces all season long, you may not be quite ready to express it to the world just yet. And that's okay. On March 6th, Venus will enter your sign, activating the rare Saturn Neptune conjunction in your sign. And some of the themes that will come up for you right now during that time will be very important in your life. So I want you to actually pay attention. Write it down in that journal, okay? Venus rules money and relationships. But these themes are tied to a new identity that has been forming underneath the surface for you. Watch your dreams and your thoughts around March 15th when Mercury retrograde activates your planet Mars. The thoughts that come up now at that time would be catalysts for changes down the road. And your Mercury retrograde crystal ritual that you would do is amethyst. See if you can either have it or use it or work with it because it will calm you down mentally, calm down that noise, which is what they're asking you to do, and enhance your intuition. So it's going to become ideal for you with the Mercury retrograde happening in your unconscious zone. So place it in your nightstand or maybe under your pillow to support dream recall and emotional processing. And take a few deep breaths with it before bed to mentally power down yourself so you can be receptive throughout the night. Those are good
Yeah,
things, okay?
excellent. All right, Taurus. Unlike the busyness and intensity of Aquarius season, Pisces season grants you the time to relax more and enjoy life. This time around, Mercury goes retrograde in your friendship sector between February 25th and March 20th, stirring up some of your social circles. The March 3rd full moon lunar eclipse activates your fifth house of romance, fun, and creativity, suggesting a reset in the way you socialize, date, and even enjoy life in general. Your planet, Venus, aligns with Saturn and Neptune on the weekend of March 6th, turning your attention to a new set of non negotiables. If some conversations come up around the 15th of March, make sure you have the facts straight, as information could be blurry right now. Overall, this is a month to embrace flow, even if it means abandoning certain habits or reconsidering some of your previous choices. Since Venus rules money, you may also decide to make some changes to your finances. At a deeper level, your relationship with money may begin changing too, as you become aware of some of the benefits that have been holding you back in the past. With Changemaker Uranus now direct in your sign, you're experiencing a lot of awakenings, Taurus, between now and July 7th, when it finally leaves your sign. Your Mercury retrograde crystal ritual, Taurus, work with one of my favorite stones, labradorite. This is a stone that helps you discern which connections and which visions are aligned and which are outdated. Wear it or keep it in a bag when meeting friends or even networking. And before responding to any important messages or invitations, pause and hold it to check in with your intuition.
Very good. That's really good.
Mhm.
Okay, Gemini. Good thing you like changes, right? Because Pisces season brings radical shifts your way throughout that time. The retrograde of Mercury will activate your career sector between the 25th of February and March 20th, bringing the need to review projects. Pallas Athene, the asteroid of intelligence and strategy, will also play a big role in this retrograde, making this a good time to review your long-term goals and even overall career strategy. Coming to March of 2023, going back to March of 2023, Gemini, where diligent Saturn will had entered this area of your chart for the best results. Your private life is also highlighted to this season by March 3rd, with the full moon lunar eclipse, which falls in your home sector. So, some of the energies that you experience in March and September of 2025 may return, but with a different twist.
Hmm.
At a practical level, this would be a fantastic time to perform a deep cleaning and energetic cleansing in your home to remove any unnecessary objects or unwanted energies. As you purposely let go, financial expansion may find you as Jupiter, the planet of expansion, goes direct in your second house of money and possessions, which is an excellent thing for you.
Mm.
Between now and June 29th, you could receive a raise or financial boost that helps you feel more confident in your earning potentials. Your Mercury retrograde crystal ritual will be fluorite, which brings mental clarity and organization, crucial when career plans are under review, and keep it on your desk or near your laptop. Touch it before sending important emails or to avoid miscommunication. All right? Okay.
Such lovely. Let me just, you said that, and I just pull out, I got to pull out my fluorite.
I was wondering what that was.
It's sitting on my desk right now.
That's good.
Every now stop my sign. But anyway, let's move on to Cancer. Cancer, it's time for action. The retrogrades of Mercury tend to have a bad rep, but if you approach them with an open mind, they are catalysts for positive transformation. This can be your case with this specific Mercury retrograde. I want you to observe, keep an eye out of what will transpire for you around February 20th, this rare and potent Saturn Neptune conjunction. Get a journal and write down your thoughts or whatever comes up for you around that time. It'll be great for reflection. Then think about what happens to you between February 25th and March 20th in your ninth house of life philosophy, since it will ask you to reconsider some of your belief systems. As Venus enters Aries on March 6th, it reinforces any events or energies that may have started then. Since this is happening in your career sector, it could be a brand new path, an important project, or at the very least, a new way of seeing yourself thriving in the next decades. So pay attention.
Yes.
Dare to question whatever comes up, since it will bring enormous growth as it forms a conjunction with Mars and a trine with Jupiter between March 8th and March 15th. After being retrograde since November 15th of last year, Jupiter goes direct in your sign on March 10th, infusing your path with luck, fortune, and positivity. The March 18th new moon in Pisces will give you clues on all your new beginnings, so make sure to tune into it by performing aligned meditations or rituals specifically yourself. Your Mercury retrograde crystal ritual, Cancer, is sodalite. Love that stone. It
Yeah.
helps you reconcile logic and intuition. Perfect for rethinking your belief system and long term visions. Use this during journaling, studying, or even meditating. Hold it while reflecting on what you truly believe versus what you've been taught to believe.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's
Lots
awesome.
of good stuff.
Yeah.
And
So,
what does this mean? Time to pull cards.
yeah. All right, Rhonda. So, what are we
Well,
putting a card on
what
tonight?
are we pulling that card on tonight? I think it's time we look for something a little bit fun because we have lots coming up. These are some those
Yeah. There's
those are not
a lot of heavy shit.
yeah, a lot of heavy shit. So let's
Yeah.
just look at something fun and let's just look at where we find our joy. Let's look at where we find our joy right now. What's making me happy?
I'm gonna start laughing if I get the card for it because I'm gonna say
OMG.
that's really my joy. Hey,
Don't make me laugh because then I start coughing.
I had to laugh. Okay.
Where we find our joy. Oh my gosh, I've been doing so well not coughing tonight.
Okay. So, what did you get? What did you pull?
I pulled where we find our joy. Knight of Pentacles.
We
Yeah, I don't want to
know
say
where
it.
your joy is landing.
It is. What is it? Working for that coin, earning
Mm,
that cheddar. But yeah, this is about. But it's about finding also. It's about my home space. It's about the world around me, and it's
yeah.
about how I champion that. And I'm all about it. I am
Yes.
losing my voice right now. I've been talking a lot.
Almost there. Almost there.
Excuse
Okay.
me.
All right. You're
You
doing
go.
great. Okay. So I ended up with let's see, the Two of Pentacles. I had to laugh because I was just like, I'm really doing the balancing act. And if you notice the ocean behind me, and the balancing act of the figure eight, the infinity sign, everything, it's what brings my joy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make it it's because it brings me great joy to just have that generational wealth and have it just
Yes.
land and everything else. And I'm like, yep, when I saw it, I started laughing.
Yes.
It is my joy.
And it's so funny. And yes, we are both looking with the same deck again. I just
Yes.
read you show Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, where I find my joy. And I do read court cards as being aspects of myself. So I see that as me.
Yeah.
Me on horseback, me
Yeah.
champion that goal. I love it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
to me, these cards are very expressive. It always talks to me, literally. So that's why I said it would be funny what kind of card I get tonight.
Yes.
Okay, so next week, February 20th to the 22nd, we'll be on WitchCon. So there'll be no show next week. And then our guest that when we come back will be Reverend Don Lewis on February 27th. All right. So because
Awesome.
we want to say thank you for everyone in the chat tonight. And thank you for our guest Brian Henke for being with us. It was such a
Yes.
pleasure having him here.
Oh my
So
God.
Rhonda.
Please, we thank you all for always joining us. And if you would please like, subscribe, and share us with your friends,
Yes.
we would greatly appreciate it.
Yes. Please do join us again. Thank you.
Have
And
a
have a
wonderful.
wonderful week and weekend and everything else.
We'll see you in two.
Yes.